Welcome back to Easy Dispel, where the name's Easy Dispel, and we did it wrong anyway. Sorry for the pause there. It's been a little while since we've done this, and I'm your Dungeon Master, Andrew, and joining me, as always, are marvelous heroes, beginning with...
Hi, I'm Will, and I play Dominique.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I play Angel.
I'm Mike, and I play Sai.
I'm Lucy, and I play Ëoster.
And I'm David, and I play Averin, and if we get to 100 followers on Twitch this episode, I will shave my head bald.
What about
Hey, you heard him. You heard him. Let's go.
the head?
Send
Like
it
the
out.
whole head, neck up, right?
Tweet
News
that.
to us, man.
Small caveat, after a wedding that is happening soon.
Okay, so the caveat. We already
Oh, yeah.
tried one shaving, and that didn't work out.
We can still do
Well,
it. I just got
if
lazy.
You notice, I am beardless.
So
I did shave right after that episode.
Thank you for your contribution.
Did you
Yeah,
record it?
I didn't have a beard. There was nothing to record. It would have looked like one of those Gillette commercials where the perfectly clean shaven dude is shaving.
Is still shaving.
Yeah.
And it's like, look how wonderful a shave this is. I'm like, bullshit. How do we know that was what that was? We will make a Gillette commercial of David's head if we get 100 followers this episode.
Oh,
We're talking like premium quality video. Kind of like our how to paint mini series that we just have started. I don't think we've announced that it's a series, but we are working on more videos for that because clearly people like them. That's if anybody's joining us from that, that's thank you. Continue supporting that. Will's working on more stuff, which I'm excited for. We have all of our new banners are up. We've got new thumbnail styles coming out, some party photos that we've been putting out. More to come. I've been lazy on those because I don't know what to use as thumbnails yet, because I don't know, if any one particular character is dying or
Be a shame if all those photos of Ëoster just had to go in the trash.
oh, yeah. Oh, you'd have to go up into the mountains again and take a bunch of new shots with whoever's new with the new character.
Damn, another vacation?
Another vacation.
Shucks.
But which I suppose brings us to do we have any other shout outs? We've got Rep RPG. We always like to show love to them. I'm currently in their season 3 PvP league. This last weekend, unfortunately, my team lost, but we're going to bring that around. We just like to maintain that underdog status. So this Friday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, come support This Tall to Ride as we take on Guilty Conscious, who is another partner of the Rep RPG panel or their channel. That's going to be fun. That's your points. Actually support the teams and have an effect in the game. What else do we got? That's it. Anybody else have any projects they're working on that they want to announce or no? Or
Follow us on all the socials.
that stuff? Yeah, because somebody's been putting a ton of work into making sure those stay up to date. Even if we've taken 2 weeks off, we still have consistent stuff coming out. So thank you for that, Lucy.
There's some zingers on there.
Appreciate all the work you've done that.
I do like to tweet things, relevant or not.
Yeah, it doesn't have to. We have an active, entertaining Twitter account for the first time, I think, since we've started this. So it's great. Follow us on those. And of course, speaking of Lucy, we last left off several weeks ago in real time, but only moments ago. Ëoster suddenly, I don't want to say abandoned by Angel, who has run away as she was struck during their encounter with some individual in the upstairs of this dilapidated, abandoned manor in the core district. The rest of the party having been engaged the floor below with numerous undead that were dealt with pretty dramatically by the team. Some thunderclaps and whatnot, throwing people around. But they were unaware of the danger that Angel and Ëoster faced. Angel nearly struck down in a single blow leaving her companion Ëoster to be attacked, to have this magical essence poured into her as this individual's hand is sunk into her chest. He pulled you close and he whispered in your ear, "In time, it will lead you back to me," releasing you and leaping from the window to make his, what you assume to be, escape. You are left upstairs alone in this aftermath. Sai and Doman, you, on your way up the stairs, run into Angel, who is fleeing at the time. This is about the moment that the fear effect is going to have worn off. But Ëoster, what's your first action? What are you doing?
I stare at the window, and I am so conflicted with rage, fear, and abandonment. And I can feel like the anger fill my eyes. Instead of just seeing red, I just see dark, and my eyes are just black. And I can't really tell if I can hear anybody coming or if anybody's coming, but I've just started crying. And I'm just standing there crying.
Sai, Doman, Angel on the stairs.
As soon as I see Sai and Doman and that fear starts to wear off, Angel is gonna say "Ëoster" at both of them and then like run back up the stairs.
Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna take off and try to pass
Hurry
her.
through it.
When I get up top and see Ëoster, I'm gonna just look around and, Ëoster, are you all right?
And I don't think I would speak. I don't think Ëoster would speak. She'd just be
Shell-shocked. That's
shell-shocked,
I'm
scared.
gonna look at Angel and, where did he go?
I don't know, and Angel's gonna like keep looking around the room for.
very clearly
Whatever.
across from you. You see the broken window where he crashed through the glass that was intact before. Some scattered belongings.
Seeing that, Sai's gonna bolt to the window and jump out and see if he can see him as he's going down to the ground.
Okay, give me a perception check followed by an acrobatics check.
Perception of dirty 20. Acrobatics 18.
18. Need dice really quick. One moment.
Just for flair, then, while the DM is grabbing dice.
Yeah, always
as
forgetting
soon
at least
as-
one thing.
As soon as Angel stops moving for a half a second, Domin will come up behind her, wrap his arms around her shoulder, and say, "Just take a breath, love." And I'll drop 2 d6 of healing into her.
Go ahead and roll that.
So sweet.
With a 20 on your perception, Sai, you see him. What was your acrobatics?
18.
18. Easy enough. He has probably made it just to the edge of the next rooftop, the building next to it, another kind of noble house. This one a little bit more maintained. A couple people on the street, like looking and pointing as he's kind of leaping from the edge of that roof to the next one. You can see he's kind of a large, you don't know what race he is. You can just see him from the back. He's got a cloak that he's kind of pulling on as he's running. And a sword across his back. He's leaping, and he lands. You are able, with an 18, jumping out of the window, catch yourself on the ceramic tiles of the roof next to you, and can continue pursuit. But you see him ahead of you.
About how far ahead is he?
Probably, it's only been one round. He's dashing maybe 45 feet. He
Okay.
can't dash because he attacked and then jumped. So we'll say 30. We'll say he's made it about 30 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna, knowing that my group's behind me, I'm gonna take a dart and just try to chuck it at him.
Okay, roll the hit.
Fuck. 10. And I think it's actually a disadvantage because it's 20 to 60 feet. So yeah, it's a 10.
Okay, 10 his AC because he does not have his armor on. It still misses. It actually strikes like the pommel of the sword that's over his shoulder and clings, and he kind of looks, and you get a look at the side of his face. Still kind of obscured in the darkness, but you see kind of a thin beard. He looks fairly young. He has sunken eyes, and you see some of it, like the veins on his face down his neck are that same kind of black, like bulging vein that you saw in some of the undead. But he looks at you and then just turns and is going to continue to run.
And just for clarification, did Sai threw that dart from the window, correct? Or did
He
jump
jumped out the window, like he ran past Ëoster, jumped out the window, and we'll say like you guys see this. He throws it as he's falling. Those are pretty good rolls.
Okay. Daman will then lean out the window. Sai, got some pretty wounded up here.
Fuck. Okay, and I'll head back into the building.
As Doman went to the window, Angel's gonna go over to Ëoster and grab her shoulders and go, "Are you okay? Ëoster,
I think I'm okay. Is he gone?
he's gone. He's all right." And she's gonna like reach up and try and wipe off some of her tears and like hug her or try to.
You can like see the eyes just like fade back to normal. And she feels a little bit more safe. And we're like, can we get out of here? Can we leave?
Let's go.
And I like try to lead the group back to Lady Featherweight.
Aveline? As we start to head down the stairs, I'm gonna yell for him. What's that? The pictures.
Yeah.
Aveline,
I believe I have what we need.
let's go.
Wait. Okay.
The last one is just me flipping off Avrin. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. Is there anything else? Wait, do we need to look around? Avrin, have you found anything?
As she's talking to me, is it prevalent or is it noticeable that she's been poked? She's been fingered?
Yeah, I'd say if you're paying attention, it's 5 holes in the front of her chest, just each about
Through
a
the
finger
clothes?
width. Yeah, like it punched through it looks like she's been hit in the chest with, a hole punch, except this pattern. And so there's going to be some blood. You have, I think, leather armor, right, Ëoster?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's pieces of leather broken off, like just. It's a pretty apparent wound. He hit you pretty hard, like.
Perhaps we should work on that first. And Avrin's gonna reach out, and you're gonna see almost what looks like, I wouldn't quite say specks of dust, but very small, hard to discern things coming out from his hand. And he is going to cast Cure Wounds. And if you take a really good look at it, they're actually very, very small. That was a good roll. very small, almost like little tiny robots that are coming out, and a small glow comes from them. And it makes you feel better. I'm assuming it does not close the wound at all. But it is 6 points of healing.
Does the edges of the wound kind of begin to close? The blood flow, any remaining bleeding that was happening ceases. And there is a slight pulse, the black that surrounds where the wounds, kind of where you can see the skin through the armor. So as it seems to take, well, there's a reaction to the magical healing.
That doesn't look good.
Am I?
You do heal the 6 points for sure.
So, I mean, I'm pretty fine, healed.
That does
But
not
now
look
I have
fine.
holes in my chest. Quit looking at my chest.
Okay.
No, but like, what do I?
Would you
Lady
like me to
Featherweight?
look?
We'll figure it out. Let's just get out of here.
Okay.
And you'll have to remind me where you left Lady Featherweight. Was she just
She's
outside?
in the sand skimmer with Spark.
Right.
And is there anything that anybody needs to look for in this house? Do you think there's any clues or anything?
We can come back if we need to. Let's go.
Okay. I head to the skimmer.
Okay. You make it out, climbing into the back to your usual seat. Lady Featherweight walks over and hops into your lap and just kind of sits, leans against you. Where do you all want to go?
We heading back to Lasmorne's? I say as I fling the keys around my finger.
As much as I hate that, we're closer to her than Sparrow.
We had to report anyway, didn't we?
And if anybody knows where to go to help Ëoster, she knows this area better.
All right.
Yeah.
Would
Hit the gas.
I have any information on that?
Nothing really. A lot of your time in the city has been just kind of
I
helping
imagine
Sparrow.
it wouldn't be going to doctors, so.
Yeah, to the group's knowledge, I think either Victoreen Lasmorne or Sparrow are the two more prominent contacts you have. One moment, let me. Oop.
So during this short break, go tell your friends, make me shave my head.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Into the sand skimmer. Y'all start making your way back towards Victoreen's. It's a pretty short ride. You pull up. The front door does have the closed sign flipped over. Most of the lights are off.
I'm
As
gonna
we
walk up.
Pretty late in the day.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Asuna.
that's you guys had gotten there pretty late, and then have spent a decent bit of time since getting there.
I was gonna say as we jump out of the sand skimmer, Angel is gonna grab Doman, and they'll kind of walk behind, and she's just gonna kind of like whisper over to him and kiss his cheek and say, "I can't believe I did this again."
We're getting better. You'll be all right. How did he get you? Are you doing okay? I'll just like
I'm
take
fine.
one glance over of her front.
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Give me a perception check or insight, and give me deception, Angel.
I was like, who's doing what?
So, insight or perception from Doman.
Can I have advantage on the insight since she is my wife?
Yeah, I'll give you.
Can I have an advantage on the
that's a good
deception since he's my husband?
I feel
Yeah,
you
that's
should.
also just as good of a
advantage.
reason. Actually, no, because there is a physical tell here.
Yeah.
You took a big hit.
19
but I
for a
just
dirty
got
20 on
healed.
insight.
Not
Read your lucky book.
was the healing of an equivalent amount to.
Also,
The
you never
damage you
told me
took?
how much I got healed.
Oh, it was 7 points. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was 2. My bad.
2d6.
7.
It brings me up to like only losing 1/4 of my health.
That sounds like not equivalent.
That's like losing 1/4 of your limbs.
It's pretty big
You
tell.
know, it was good, yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
She
And
9, so you win.
yeah, 20. 19 plus 1.
Also, you healed her. You knew she was hurt, but looking at her, like she kind of, as she says, "I'm fine," and kind of tries to shoulder through and continue moving. You see, there is a similar wound on her side. That's you don't see that same like kind of black inkiness in the surrounding skin, but like you see, she was hit with something very similar.
I put my hand over that spot and drop another d6 as my hand lights up with that white fire and cauterizes over it.
It's fine.
It's still there. That's another 2 points.
Thanks.
I'm going to walk up to the door and just immediately try to open it, assuming it's locked. But
It's locked. You hear kind of a ding 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 from a bell on the inside of the door.
I'm just going to hit the door super hard.
Just pounding on the door. Are you trying to
Yeah.
like kick it down, or is this just a really loud?
No, this is
knock?
me knocking and being kind at first.
Okay.
And I'm just going to yell,
n-
Victoreen, open up.
Not too long goes by. You kind of see peering through the glass front of the door, a back door in the shop open up, and Victorine moving forward and unlocks the door and looks at her and goes, "You're back soon. What did you find?" Opening the door and gesturing, "In the back, please."
And I'll help Ëoster back there. And
I'm fine. Okay, I can walk.
Is everybody going in, or is anybody staying outside?
Spark and Lady Featherweight.
Yeah.
Lady Featherweight's with me.
Okay. Yeah,
Spark,
just
watch the door.
guard. Bark. Has anybody seen the new Buzz Lightyear movie?
no.
No.
Okay.
Socks.
Socks. Okay. Sorry, I just had to. It's the best Disney character that has ever come out.
Better than Forky?
Better than Forky.
Okay.
Hmm.
Socks is the absolute best. Okay. Serious. We're serious.
I'm dying here. It's fine.
You
Death.
are led into the back room, and after the last few is there, she shuts the door and she locks the front door, and then as you get to the back door, she locks it as well. She looks and sees that two of you are pretty hurt. Minor to no injuries to the other three of you, correct?
Yeah, I had nothing.
I have a little bit.
Okay.
Wasn't touched.
Yes. The home I sent you to, what did you run into? That's
Here.
Yo.
And I hand over the Polaroids.
starts flipping through. These are a number, and she looks at that like CSI board she had up and is comparing photos. She goes, "These are a number of the missing people that have gone missing in this area. Were there more? This is a great number of them, but not all."
I'm sure there are.
Flipping through,
Is she telling us the truth?
make an insight check.
Okay. 20.
It sounded like a chunky dice.
20. That's
Oh, it is.
I'll say she seems like she's telling you the truth. What you notice with your insight check is for whatever reason, her demeanor is different. She, was not mean to you guys at the door, and seems pretty genuinely concerned. With the 20 insight, I'll let you know the attitude she was giving you guys before in the shop was a little bit of a front for potentially other customers that might actually like look down on her business if she's seen, taking care of common folk. With the store closed, she does seem genuinely concerned and is trying to figure out what's going on with these people. This is unfortunate that we weren't able to save them. What else did you find? Any news of the perpetrator or the means by which this is happening?
He's powerful. Scary.
So you encountered him directly?
I'm like, show her my chest. I'm like, yeah, I encountered him directly.
We're going to, as you point out the wound, 19. Oh dear. If the gentleman would mind stepping back to give us some privacy, can you remove your armor so we can take a look at the wound?
Can I immediately step up to her threadboard and just like start going over names and kind of perusing and seeing what I can remember and see?
Yeah, go ahead and do, just an investigation check for that.
Yeah, do whatever it takes. She needs.
Avernal, take your armor.
Just for a point of order, because I rolled on it. As soon as Sai, for the first time, actually sees Ëoster's wounds, he seems visibly shaken. Like something scares him with it.
Like enough to be apparent to the group without needing rolls?
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Okay.
So, but as soon as I'm asked to leave, I'll step out of the room to give him privacy.
As like people stepping back, there's a workbench that she like has you sit on and pulls like a curtain. She walks over to one of the shelves and she starts going through stuff. And she pulls out a curtain and unfolds it. And as she unfolds it, it remains suspended in the air where she puts it. And she kind of positions it like a privacy curtain, just kind of positioned.
Angel stays right next to Ëoster.
And she kind of starts going over the wound. And I apologize. I knew this was connected, but I did not anticipate that so much danger would be had at this place. And she's touching. She goes, "This is interesting." And she pulls out a gem, and she kind of looks through it. There's strong necromantic energy within the wound.
Are you able to stop it?
I'm not skilled in necromancy. I have some magical items that would perhaps stop or slow the spread, but you would need a much more capable arcane practitioner than I.
Without looking away from the wall. And where do we find someone like that?
Legally, nowhere. Necromancy is not favored by the Church of Crest and has been outlawed by the city. You'd have to go to one of the lower tiers, or find someone who practices in secret.
The
There's
guy,
difficulty.
whoever it was, he said something to me. He said, "In time, this will lead you back to me." Just do you think he's the only one that can help or hurt? Do we need to find him?
If this is some sort of enthrallment, such as vampires were once known to do, you will, as the curse takes hold, be led back to him to serve him, such as a vampire's thralls, or a necromancer's undead creations.
And there are usually some neck biting that goes on in that sort of thing.
The neck biting with vampiric lore, as far as I know, was primarily folklore and fable. It was just a transfer of the necromancer's essence, his energy, and that being shared between them and the victim that would bind them to them. More of a curse. This seems to be a method of transference. It's not vampirism. This is a necromantic enthrallment, is my assumption. She rolled a natural 20 on her Arcana check, which is yeah. I have some items that will prevent it from taking hold immediately, but you'll either need to find a way to sever the connection or to destroy its source. If you can't find a powerful enough necromancer or one skilled in necromantic arts, or a more powerful entity to become thrall to, then killing the perpetrator of this essence would be the other way. Give me a moment. Let me go through my things. I'll see what I can do to help with this. And she goes off and is going to start going through some stuff, leaving you all kind of a moment amongst yourselves. She does leave you with like a cloak to cover yourself up, where you had to strip your armor off so she could tend to you. So you guys can discuss anything you'd like to.
Do I find anything of note or that ticks something in the old noggin on the wall?
What was
Names
your
or
investigation check?
My investigation check was an 18 plus 0.
18 plus 0. Many of the Polaroid, comparing Avron's Polaroids to what she's got, she is focused on a very small area of the city. Probably like an hour's travel in radius around where she's at. Knowing that people have gone missing from other parts of the city, you are looking at a very small piece of whatever is happening. This was a focal point for whatever that district he was working in. But
so no indication of the two names I would probably be looking for.
No, nothing of that sort.
What the fuck happened?
We burst in on somebody and it did not go well.
We tried to trick him, and then he turned on Angel. Did some sort of magic, and just I could see the look on her face. I didn't want to leave her.
He pushed me out.
I should have left just so that we could all be out. I wouldn't have. I don't know.
What did you do?
Go ahead.
What did he do after I was gone?
He tried the same thing he did with you, remember? He put his hand in your side and almost took like your magic. Didn't it feel like he was tugging it out of you? He put it in my chest, and I just felt life leave me. But I was a lot. I don't know. I don't know how it feels, but my chest hurts now. And then he jumped out the window. After he said, "This will lead you back to me." And now I'm wondering if I want to go back to him, is that just magic? Do I need to ask you guys to keep me from going back to him? Or do we have to go back to him?
Are you wanting to go back to him?
No. But I want
what-
this to be fixed. Do we need to fight him?
The way I
I don't-
understand it, that's one option.
I don't want to be a vampire zombie. You remember what that guy looked like in the street?
We will find somebody to help you. We will stop this. Whatever it takes.
We've got a couple options. We don't have to go back and fight him. At least, not first off.
I might be able to ask one of my contacts if they know of a necromancer. Lady Featherweight, you up for a journey?
Where would we be going?
No, I would see if I could. Wait, I thought you could send it. Sorry, one second.
Just a reminder that chickens sound different now.
Okay, so I want to send. Okay, yeah, I want to send Lady Featherweight using Animal Messenger to Brigitte.
Okay. What is the message?
I've been injured by a powerful something. I need necromancy, or I need
Necromantic help?
I need someone who can do necromancy. Can you help me? I don't know if there's like a word limit. Like-
Up to 25 words. So
Oh,
I'm
That
pretty
should
sure that
be-
was under you.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
so you
give-
should be good.
Lady Featherweight some corn from my pocket, and then I cast Animal Messenger.
Okay. Eats the corn, takes a moment, and Lady Featherweight rushes off. Victoreen comes back with a few items, one of them being a small health potion. She hands it to you. Goes, drink this. Just a minor healing potion, but it should help.
Thank you.
There's one other thing. This, and she holds up a needle about this long. This is known as a Lifewell tattoo. It should stave off the effects. Should you be critically injured in a way that brings you close to death, it's possible that the curse will try to reassert control. But for now, this will at least stave it off. As time passes, these curses become stronger and more potent, and more powerful magics would be needed. This is quite a rare instrument. And so I do have a price. It's a simple one, and it's... I just want you to deliver a message for me, back to Raven. Let him know that I'm aware of what he and Balin are planning. And I want in. Even though I live in the core, doesn't mean I like being lorded over by those above us. Can you
I'm
tell
out.
him that?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you mean Sparrow?
Did you say Raven or Sparrow?
Yeah.
Sparrow. Sparrow.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was like,
Yeah,
what?
both Mike and I are like,
No, we
What?
spent a whole campaign with a guy with a bird name. Now I've decided to make an NPC with a different bird name.
all right,
Continue.
Sparrow
tell-
and
can
Balin,
you
gotta
tell-
tell him. Got it.
Can you tell Sparrow that?
Of course.
It's pretty cheap.
Maybe don't lick a gift horse in the mouth.
What,
We'll do
do I have to get a tattoo?
Of a sort. It's a magical tattoo. You can add, it is called the Lifewell tattoo.
Okay.
Lifewell is one word, so Lifewell, and then tattoo. It does require attunement. And
Okay.
she hands you the needle, because you'll have to attune to this. As you do, place the needle upon your skin, and it will suffuse you. It doesn't really matter where, so wherever you like to have this mark, it just has to be apparent on your skin. I'm sorry I sent you into danger, and I'm sorry I did it so brusquely. During operating hours, the front of the store, at least, is surveilled by the City Watch. And there are certain appearances that must be maintained.
I don't think it was all on you. I think probably poorly executed on our part.
It's fine. You reacted as most do, which, if anything, really helped sell my position here. I'm sorry, you meant about this situation.
Right.
Is there anything any of you need? I owe you payment for pursuing this for me. And considering what you faced, I feel as though the standard rate wouldn't be as fitting.
I think some hazard pay is in order, yeah.
I have a few things that I think might be useful. This one, and she holds up a bag and she goes, is kind of an essential to any doer, any mover and shaker in the city. And she puts out a bag. It's a bag of holding. Just a general utility item that I recommend anyone carry. They're quite common. I wouldn't put too much stock in it, but it should be helpful. This is also... What?
Who grabs the bag?
Give it to the 10 men.
Cool.
Unless it's pink.
See, give me 1 sec. Pull it up.
That'll actually help me out a lot.
Oh, well, yeah, take it. I
Weight
have a scope
wise.
tape.
This is taking so long to load. There we go. God, sorry, my internet is running super slow and just isn't pulling this up. Here we go. These, and she, next to the bag, she puts a pair of gloves. She goes, these are called living gloves. They're useful. They are odd. Yes.
Those are my living gloves.
Some of that's and they have a kind of an insectoid chitinous appearance, like they like segmented. These are interesting. They do live, but they are symbiotic to the wearer. They interestingly are quite attuned with under the table activities, pickpocketing, sleight of hand.
Oh, that was not the
Lock-picking
under the table
tools.
things I was thinking of.
Yeah, they're chitinous.
Be very
Shouldn't be used for
uncomfortable.
that kind of under the table activity.
They also lend aid to artisans' tools, craftsmen's tools, and musical instruments. Interesting. They just they don't sell very well because the living aspect to it.
I'm not above such things. If
Okay.
nobody else is up for those, I'll take them.
One other stipulation with them is they can't actually be taken off once you've put them on.
No.
Kind of like my hands.
Like, if you have any means of removing a curse, you can then take them off. They react very similarly. They have no negative effects, other than you just have to continue wearing them. But if you ever put them back on, it's a similar process. It doesn't kill them. They're odd. There's a reason I've been able to sell them. So this is maybe paying you through unmoved merchandise.
Well, if nothing else, it's a good opportunity for a good prank. And I'll just snatch them.
This last one also seems like it might be useful to your group. It's the last item I can really share right now. It's called a Periaptive Wound Closure. It will prevent you from bleeding to death if you're brought low, and allows you to heal a little bit faster if you stop to catch your breath, bind your wounds, find a little bit more efficacy in that. And of
I
course,
can
if there's
heal
anything in
myself.
particular you're looking for, I'd be willing to offer you a significant discount if there's anything specific you are looking for.
Just for point of order, my robes and attire are well known among the Upper Spire, correct? From where I come
kinda just
from?
generally, yes.
Okay.
I would say so.
Okay. Just wanted to
Relatively well known. Anyone that is aware of the different groups in the city is going to be aware of your.
Would I be aware of it?
Go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay. Eight.
You were less interested in like the city history. Yeah.
And the cloak I got last game, I forgot what that was. So,
That was,
was
I
that?
believe, a cloak of protection, right?
cloak of protection. Okay, thank you.
might have come in handy last game. Just kidding.
Well, I had to attune it,
I know.
and I didn't have time.
I don't have much in the way of creature comforts here. My abode above is only a single bedroom. You're welcome to stay here for the evening if you'd like. If not, there are a number of inns nearby that.
How long would it
Oh,
take us to get back to Sparrows from here?
He was a couple hours away, being on the other side of the Commons Ward. It'd probably put you towards the morning to get all the way back to Sparrows. A little bit earlier if you let Angel drive. If you make it at all.
That's the risk. We still had one other thing to do in this area, didn't we?
One
No,
of the
that-
contacts Sparrow had given you, the Salomon Ver, he works in the military district, which is a few hours away. And he was just another contact that he said you could follow up with.
I think this is probably the more pressing matter at the moment. Do you have any contacts in the lower districts? You mentioned slumming it a little bit to get this issue taken care of. Do you know anyone?
In the common districts, Sparrow is my primary contact. In
We'll have someone
the lower,
in the lower
the
districts, I'm
lower
sure.
tiers, a few. No one I would trust, as it should be a given with anyone who's decided to move below. I suppose that's unfair. There are plenty of Snifferfeblin and Drow families that are well-to-do enough that just can't operate in the daylight. But the majority, I should say. I have a few. Let me drop and I can send them to you. I have to think as to what names I can safely share.
Well,
Well, Did she offer that we could stay here?
Yeah, it wouldn't have like beds, but you can crash out in her shop.
Can I ask her for a replacement shirt?
I've
Of
got you.
course.
And I cast mending on her shirt.
Oh, thank God.
It is
Although
still
those
bloody.
holes were pretty badass. Oh, don't I have prestidigitation?
Yeah, if anybody has prestidigitation, you can easily clean yourself up.
I have it. I prestidigitate my chest area.
For looks' sake,
Okay.
would you prefer us stay here or at an inn?
I'd
Honestly,
personally rather stay in it in if that's at all possible. No offense.
It would be better if you stayed at the inn, or
could use a
left here
beverage.
very early in the morning.
Is there one you recommend?
The Piper's Pie. It's just a few blocks down. It's actually quite incredible. They were a very successful bakery. They bought the building next to them and kind of branched into a bar and tavern, and then they bought all the apartments above them to create a nice inn. People traveling through the city often need a place to stay. This is quite central. That would be my recommendation as far as an inn is concerned.
I could
Let's go.
Out of here. I'll spin
Yeah.
the keys around my finger again, and
She gives you directions, and
I'll be the last one out, and as everybody kind of leaves, I'll just say, do you have any disguise kits? I mean,
I
you
do.
know just as well as I do that I'm not going to fit in here.
I was quite surprised to see you, but you and yours often have your own reasons for traveling. I learned a long time ago not to question too deeply any of your order. And she, as she does kind of gesture, she pulls down her collar just a little bit, and you see a long scar that runs across her shoulder. That's a story I should tell you sometime, but not tonight. And she goes back into the back room and comes back out with the small kit. And she goes, it is noticeably smaller than what I think you would expect, but she hands it over to you. And it's a disguise kit that folds into about that big, like that. And as you like open one compartment, it will fold out a few times. It's lightly enchanted to not take up much space. There are a number of, as you kind of fold out, there's a number of different outfits and one side, and then like a makeup kit. I hope it
Thank you.
serves you as well as it has me in the past.
Appreciate it.
Good luck. She shuts the door behind you. You all make your way to the Piper's Pie. It is somewhat quiet, being late in the evening. There's a bard playing a violin in the corner. A few patrons enjoying look like prepared menus, different pairings of pastry and wine, some meat pies and ales. People are going through. Very well-dressed, well-to-do folk about town. Ëoster, nothing special as far as you're concerned when it comes to high society, but well enough to do. It costs 10 gold for 4 rooms, and then an additional 5 gold each if any of you would like food and drink. If you drop Victoreen's name, they cut that down to about 2 gold for the meal, but no discounts on the room. So not 10 gold per room. That was 10 gold total. But,
For each of us to have an individual room?
yes. Well, I
Well-
assumed Doman and Angel would share.
I do not need my own room. I can stand in a corner.
I just had an image of Averin in the corner of Angel and Doman's room, and the Polaroid.
turn around.
So who is willing to let Averin stand in the corner of the room?
I would be kind of scared, so maybe I would. I mean,
Oh, not scared of Averin.
just be like,
Scared to be alone.
yeah.
If it makes you
You-
feel any better, I do not shut off my optical sensors.
Oh,
Doesn't really.
Nope, not at all.
So, Domin and Angel in a room, Averin and Ëoster in a room, and then Sai in his own room.
Sure.
or you can stay in our room. Weird admin
I'll
time.
buy my own room, but I probably won't end up using it.
Okay, well-
And I'll pay the 15 gold to cover everything.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Someone puts his gold back in his
Well, it comes down a little bit. We'll call it 12 gold, 5 silver.
I do not need breakfast as well, if that's the thing.
Oh, we'll just call it 10 gold because Averin doesn't really eat.
Okay. Sounds
So we'll
good.
call it 10 gold for the whole night. Food is good. That you have a light dinner. It's pretty good. Anything you guys want to do as you go to bed?
I want to make sure that Sai's okay. He looked pretty shook up in Victoreen's shop.
And
Sai, are you alive? Okay?
yeah, I'm fine. That just looked like it hurt a lot.
Insight check. Just kidding.
Oh, well, you can do it if you
Oh
want.
yeah.
Yes, I say
Do it.
1 second. 16.
He is clearly lying.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep an eye on him as I pound at least 3 beers.
As far as disguise kits go, so yeah, it changes my appearance to them as well, right? Like, it's not like a
Yeah,
magical
you are
thing. Okay.
disguising yourself. Like you
Okay.
can't really make yourself look like another race very easily.
Right,
You're
right.
Pretty much make yourself look like a different Harengon.
Yeah, really, all it is, it's not. I don't even care about like my face or anything like that. It's more just changing the cloak and or the gi that I'm wearing to a different color, pants different color, just not looking like my order.
Yeah, we'll say that's easy enough to do with a disguise kit. Anybody
gonna-
else have anything they want to handle before going into the night?
Yeah. Averin's going to go to the room, thoroughly inspect it, and then he and Spark are going to take a few minutes to basically go through and just set up a few mechanical pieces that set up as an alarm.
Okay. Casting alarm, effectively.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you go through and get that set up for the evening. As Yas is like sitting in the bed, and you're just setting all this up.
I'm like trying to attune this tattoo, like this prison tat that I'm trying to give myself.
So
And it's just-
you.
Yeah, and she gave you directions, and it's just holding the needle to your skin for an hour. And as you complete that, the needle like melts against you and begins to spread out. Where did you put it, and what does it look like?
I put it on my left forearm, and it looks like Lady Featherweight playing the bagpipes.
Okay.
Or, no, wait. Bagpipes
Violin.
is fine.
Okay.
Violin is fine too. I'll do violin.
Well,
Sorry,
you do
I should just
violin
say
or-
this.
Yeah, violin.
So while she's
As-
attuning, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, as you're sitting there and it's like melting in, and you're like bagpipes, it shifts to be bagpipes. Violin, it shifts to be violin.
And then I'm like,
And-
whoa, bagpipes. And it. No, violin.
Violin, and as you finally go, no, violin, it settles. The attunement takes hold. But what is Averin doing as Yasha's attuning?
So after he finishes the alarm setup, You seem distressed, Ëoster. Are you okay?
I'm scared. I don't want to end up hurting anyone.
I will prevent that.
That scares me a little too. But I appreciate that. Thanks, Evan. Did you
Yes.
get a picture of anything interesting?
Well, it depends on what you mean by interesting. I did take pictures of corpses.
Can I look at those?
I'm assuming I got those back.
Oh yeah, you took them back because you took them specifically to give to Sparrow. Who's
That's
paying
right.
you,
Yes.
like
yes.
50 gold, I think, per zombie.
I don't remember exactly.
Oh, I forgot we got paid for that.
Pretty
I will
sure
give
it's
these
gold.
to you, but are you sure you would like to look at them? You could be one of them.
I would like to look at them, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hand
I
them
look
over.
through them, hoping I don't have a breakdown. But
Go through it.
hopefully I'm not
Have it before.
50 gold waiting to happen.
Roll for
Did I
breakdown.
say
You're on-
something wrong?
No, you didn't. Just be you.
I am always me. I do not understand.
Yep. And I roll over and go to sleep.
Good night. And as you're sleeping, he takes your armor back out and is fiddling with it until he gets to a particular time frame and just immediately stops holding it while he's holding it in his hand. His eyes, the light in his eyes fade but don't go completely out. And Spark is on the headboard of the bed, just sitting as well. Same thing, lights fade.
Do you have your automatic updates time?
No response.
Okay.
Angel was gonna make sure that Ëoster went to bed, like got to bed after all of her beers and everything, and then as her and Doman go into their bedroom, she's gonna put a sock on the door.
Okay.
You guys are really missing out. Just saying.
Which begs the question, Doman, did you attune to those gloves?
No, I didn't. They're still.
Okay. They improve with dexterous activity.
Oh,
They're bug skin.
Oh, yeah.
There's no sock if I put those gloves on.
and ribbed.
Maybe.
It
This is
And-
inappropriate, guys.
is inappropriate.
Sai's gonna stay up a little bit, just in his room, kind of waiting for everybody to go to sleep. And then he's just gonna sneak out into the hall and sleep in front of the door of Ëoster and Everin.
Oh.
Okay. Did you, Mike, did you get the Discord message I sent you?
Oh, let me take a look.
Are you giving him mid-game homework?
I don't. You never. I don't think you actually sent it to me text-wise. You just told it to me.
Okay, give me 1 second to pull something up as you all settle in for the evening.
Do we get a long rest?
Not yet.
No,
Oh, never mind. I do have it.
You do have it?
Yeah, I found it.
Is that something you would prefer I read, or?
You are much better narratively, so I'm going to send it to you.
Okay, yeah, if you just want to send
Hi,
it to me real
Penny.
quick. You all settle in
She says
for the evening, drifting off one by one until finally, Sai, you can't keep your eyes open any longer and drift off.
Change the music. Yeah.
Actually, do not have that.
Sai, you've had this dream before. Every few nights for the last several weeks, even before meeting this party. Knowing that it's a dream doesn't change how real it feels. You stand alone in the normally busy streets of Avarice, surrounded by a thick fog. You take a few steps trying to get your bearings, and you see silhouettes of people in the fog ahead of you. The mist begins to clear and the shapes grow clearer. You see that they are not the normal pedestrians that fill the streets every day, but dull-skinned people with black cracks spreading across their forms. The fog continues to clear, revealing dozens, then hundreds of these figures, a sprawling mass before you. You are pulled against your own will, hurtling through the crowd as they shamble about like puppets on strings, till you suddenly stop. Before you, a shadowed figure is leaning over a body. He flashes with dull green and black energy as the color drains from the body at his feet. Black cracks spreading through their skin from where his fingers pierce their chest. He stands as the corpse begins to twitch and move, joining the hundreds of others. Looking to your left and right, you see faces that you did not recognize until just a few days ago. These at least retain their color, each of them with a soft golden light that connects them, almost like a chain. A tall, tattooed tiefling, a fair-skinned Azamir paladin, a young half-elven bard, all beside you. And I apologize, David, a tall warforged as well.
Be better.
Occasionally, one of these faces, where I had my script perfectly blocked, you're in my face. Looking at them, occasionally the faces shift to another that takes their place momentarily, but commonly reverts to the faces of your current party. The shadowed figure before you turns, and for the first time you catch a glimpse of his face. A young human man, the strong jaw and thin beard, those same black cracks spreading over him, just on the side of his face that you saw previously. The rest of his face still obscured in shadow, blurred and foggy as your previous visions. You all wake up. You've gotten a full rest.
Sai will take off early in the morning and go try to calm down and do his meditation.
4 mile swim.
Okay. Yeah, the rest of you, breakfast was already paid for the previous night. Anything the rest of you guys are doing this morning?
Avron's going to take just a little bit of time and finish up the work that he was doing on Ëoster's armor.
Okay.
As you
And if Ëoster is downstairs without her armor, as she comes down, Dom will say, "Hey, that's the right grand bit of ink you got there.
and I'm like, eee,
No, not too bad."
look, it moves when I move my arm.
And he will do a bicep flex, and a whale on his bicep will move too.
That's fun. I was like, did you guys hear anything last night? There was something really loud.
Heard a lot, yeah. What are we talking about?
Somebody in the rooms near us? I don't know. It's just something very loud.
Did
Right, I
it
don't
sound
know
like a
what
good
you're
time?
Avron comes downstairs. I believe that was the room next to us was Doman and Angel.
If my face goes red, I'm like, oh.
I believe
I'll
they
have
had
an ale.
intercourse.
Oh. Is that my armor?
Yes, I have
Say we didn't, but
slightly
We did.
I've slightly modified it to where it should fit you a little bit better than it did
Thank you so
previously.
much. I put it on and it does fit better. And I do some kicks. and I stretch. Super.
Best of all, no holes in the front.
Ooh, yeah.
So Avrin did cast Mending on the holes, but did still take a needle and thread and tried to put a chicken on there.
Aww.
Ëoster
What a
tears up.
sweetie.
I'm just like, you put Lady Featherweight.
Breakfast, yes.
Oh. And you ruined it. Okay. So
Sil-
what am I gonna do?
Sai walks in about this time. Good morning.
Goedemorgen.
You guys ready to get going?
Where are we going?
Back for
Well-
arrows, yeah.
Yeah, got to get you taken care of.
Right. But I didn't. Just so I know, to point of order, will Lady Featherweight know to come back to me, or we shall come back to where I sent her from?
Oh no, I read the spell. There is no mention of the animal being able to get back to you.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh
No,
no.
it does. Wait. Oh no.
Message got there though.
Okay. All right. No, it does. If the messenger doesn't reach its destination, okay. The
If
to
it
where
doesn't
you
reach
cast
the
the spell. Oh no.
Look, I'm not deliberately hard on new players.
Huh.
I would
Also, do not worry. I will get your chicken back to you.
maybe
Assuming
Brigida
Well-
is just like hanging out with my chicken.
assuming nothing horrible happens to just a chicken on its own in a giant city of people.
No.
Who's hoping?
And we can just
Wow. That's a cool trick.
My invisibility cloak.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
can
well,
consider the stitched chicken a memoir of the chicken you once had.
Avrin, you always know exactly
Oh.
what to say. And I stomp out to the skimmer. I don't even know if they're coming after me. I just go out to the skimmer and I start playing my bagpipes again.
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
Early in the morning.
I don't give a shit.
Oh no.
My performance is +5, just so you know.
What?
14.
14. It's not too bad. That's any particular song you're playing this morning?
Cotton Eye Joe.
All right, Cotton Eye Joe. That is the best thing. A few minutes go by. Do the rest of you follow her out to the sand skimmer?
Yeah.
I think so.
You start driving. Doman, are you driving or is Angel driving?
I'm driving.
A couple minutes go by, and you see the flashing lights of the Vigilant Watch of Avarice
Oh no.
behind you. Pew, pew.
I play louder.
I believe they are trying to stop our fun. We should go faster.
I like
Yeah,
this
what the hell?
update.
You are in
Angel looks
violation of several noise pollution edicts within the core district of Avarice. Pull over.
Is he right behind me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna brake check him first.
Okay.
Jesus
You brake
Christ.
check. You're gonna-
Do I need a roll dexterity check to stay
That's-
in the skimmer?
You hit your brakes, and he barely stops his vehicle from crashing into yours. Very funny. Please prepare to have your vehicle inspected and stop that racket.
Well, I've been married a long time ago.
And we take off.
we're
As they start getting off, you just floor it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are no
All right.
license plates, right? On skimmers or anything
No,
like that.
that's, you guys are
Yeah.
nomads.
You brought it in
fine.
from out the waste. Yeah, we're unregistered.
Yeah. Okay. That's a give me a. This is gonna be proficiency plus dexterity check for your land vehicles.
That's not too bad. 12 and 5, 17.
You guys start taking off. You're burning crystal, I think, is the term. That's,
Plume of glitter comes out the back.
there's like a little rainbow light trail behind you from the magical energy. You cut through kind of an intersection that is starting to pick up and get a little busier. You cut around the corner and just oh yeah, what?
I was gonna say Angel casts mold earth and makes speed bumps behind us.
Okay, thank God.
You are taken off. You cut around down this corner onto a main street, and Angel, you on the corner throw up a speed bump. You watch this vehicle kind of come around the corner behind you, lights flashing. It hits one of the bumps and just does not regain control of its turn, crashing into a building. You hear a detonation. Averin, you recognizing this as the unstable acuity crystals that keep these things flying, cracking, detonating, and you see a building on the corner start to crumple and fall.
That is why
Speed up.
that is why it is important to keep up on your routine maintenance.
And avoid hitting hard things.
Part of the detonation of the crystals is some of that rainbow sparkle magic energy that's coming off the brand.
All I can think of is glitter. Just
luckily,
glitter and
you
so
did,
much death.
Luckily, you did see some of those windows were kind of boarded up and some condemned signs were posted.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
So you only killed the two officers of the watch.
Oh, we killed that. They
And a
died?
couple of vagrants.
Oh, with some of the explosions that are still going on.
Sai in his head is
Odds
just
are-
thinking, if it wasn't hard enough to hide before.
As you guys continue, that is, by the way, the story that I just wanted to tell, because I went, well, let's see how well they keep up. Natural 1. You threw on the speed bumps, and I went, all right, how bad is this going to get? Natural 1. I go, all right, I'm going to roll to hit a building with a vehicle. Natural 20.
I start playing Denny Boy.
Oh, sad.
Evelyn, do you think you can repaint the sand skimmer when we get back?
Oh, pink, pink, pink.
Anything but pink.
I could redo it. What
What
color
about
is it
fancy?
currently? I don't know. What color is it currently?
Tan.
Beige, sand colored. Yeah.
It's like a sand color. Okay.
I'm assuming with like blue highlights down it.
I'm
Like-
thinking like matte black. Actually, what are other cars? Like, is there a lot of
What
black
does the
around?
sand skimmers look like?
Yeah.
There are other vehicles. There's a couple that are black. The really popular colors seem to be like blue and green and purple, like kind of brighter colors. Very much a hey, look at my vehicle. Most people still walk or take. There's still like horse-drawn transport, like animal-drawn transportation, and like bicycles and stuff. But anything that has the acuity crystals are going to be more expensive, and so they're a little tricked out. There is one you see going up that is looks like it's solid gold. Averin, I'm not going to make you roll. It's gold plated. You see some of it flaking off. There's like a teenage gnome who's sitting on a few books in the driver's seat, like headbanging to some music playing over the radio.
Nice.
Yeah, some
Daddy's
half-orcs.
money.
Yeah, daddy's money. He's listening to some like half-orc, like ska metal.
Ska metal.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
it's like death metal but with trumpets.
Both trumpets. All right.
I know the song. I'm like playing bagpipes to it.
Let's go. It is going to take a good chunk of the day to get back to Sparrows. Any stops you guys would like to make? It is a large city, and you're passing through a good chunk of the resident districts.
Oh, when we were at the tavern, I didn't do this, but I'm hoping I can pretend I did this. I need an apple pie.
Okay, you have an apple pie. We'll say it costs you 1 gold piece for a whole pie.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
Steep.
Good
apple pie.
It's premier pie from the Piper's Pie.
All right.
Don't stick
Apple
your
is
dick in that one.
their signature dish.
We're not going by the Coliseum by chance, are we?
You could do a detour if you'd like. It'd probably add another hour or two onto the trip.
I'll suggest it to the group, but I think there's higher priorities at the moment.
It couldn't hurt. Is there like that fight thing that we could sign up for?
Yeah, so it literally could hurt. It could hurt a lot.
Well, I'm just saying you could sign up for it and be positive. And then-
I'm all for it.
And then
Little-
we just already be signed up for whenever we inevitably beat this vampire zombie magic. And I
So,
don't eat you guys.
let's.
I mean,
let's
it's your
go
life
sign
we're
up.
risking. If you're cool
Yeah.
with it.
Avi?
We do have the tattoo to kind of slow the progress.
Oh yeah, I do have that tattoo. And I'm like, continue moving it.
I have no quarrels with anything that we are going to do as long as we make it back to Sparrows.
Hey, let's stop by the Coliseum.
Okay. Guys. Instead of going just directly southwest to make it back to Sparrows, you cut a little bit more north, swing by the Colosseums. As it comes to view, it's not that it has tall walls that encircle it, but you see a space in the buildings. And you get through it and you get to the edge of a sheer drop off. There is like a cube. You see floating in the air. There are creating a full cube. It extends a ways down, a good 100 feet down, and then another 100 feet up. There's lights ringing through the air in perpetual motion, and an empty cube. And down a ways, probably a good city block, there's just a small building and a larger building next to it, just right on the edge of this empty space.
I think they'd put up a sign for a drop off like this. I mean, I realize it has the safety measures and everything, but not safe.
Agreed. At least to warn people, make them think about it.
I go
Do
stand on the
any
edge.
of you go? You go and lean at the ledge. As you lean forward, you actually feel something like pushing back against you, and the rest of you see like blue light flash and flare away from her, from this energy shielding that pushes back.
Sai walks up and punches it.
It flashes blue energy.
Do a
that kind
backflip,
of
Sai.
ripples out and kind of dissipates over the 20, 30 feet or so.
Yes, the
I
backflip,
would-
that would be
Good.
awesome.
Okay.
You do a backflip like into the.
You like step
Force
off
field?
the wall.
Yeah, like run up the wall and do a backflip off it.
Okay, yeah. Do you have the unarmored movement increase yet? I believe so. That lets you run up vertical surfaces.
No, not yet.
Not yet. No, I think
I think that's
okay.
one more level.
Yeah,
At
we'll say
unarmored
you-
defense, but
Okay, yeah, you make it up a few feet doing a backflip off. I'm not even gonna make you roll an acrobatics check. And each step sends these ripples of blue energy kind of across the shielding that echoes out.
I hold up a
That's-
10.
Just out of nowhere.
Do I know what that is?
Yeah, it's just energy shielding. It was something that was put up. You would have heard about the Colosseum. This is a almost like a pocket dimension. The key warden of the Colosseum actually has control of the physical properties of the interior, so it can be changed to meet different tournament needs. It's set up for both remote viewing, or stands can be erected kind of encircling the area. Is high level magic that is put together exclusively for entertainment and blood sport.
Squid Games?
Yeah, but the shield is to prevent any devastating magical energies or attacks from inflicting themselves upon the surrounding areas. Really lets people cut loose while inside the Colosseum.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Well, let's go find that sign-up sheet.
Yeah, as much as I like jumping off this wall, maybe it's one of these buildings.
Yeah.
Heading down a short ways to the buildings you saw. One of them looks to be like a bunkhouse, like a large barracks almost. No lights are on. It seems to be almost entirely empty. Then the small room has, the uh, the Averinian Coliseum written in like the big movie marquee, so like sign like lit up, and it's no current tournaments. Sign up for future events inside. Very much like it's like a movie theater entrance. You go in. There is a middle-aged orc who is sitting at a desk on the interior. He's kind of looking bored. They're going on their crystal and just panning through a few things. They probably they're looking at the newest tweet from Easy Dispell, the local entertainment group.
Cannon.
Uh,
Business a little slow in here today?
There's just not much going on. We are sign up for common event. And have any of you participated before?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Right. Well, what kind of events are you interested in? The next big one is the citywide tournament. It's kind of the big annual one. It's coming up in about 2 weeks.
That's the team fight event? Is that?
There are a number of different events. As you progress through, some of them will be individual, some of them will be team. If you're in the team run, they keep you together for the most part. But if any one of you is disqualified, then the rest of the team can either find a filler or move on without you. Disqualified is in like breaking rules. We don't punish full teams for individuals cheating. That's usually the one people are coming for. We do have some smaller matches you can participate in. If none of you have participated in any of the tournaments before, then you'd each have to be subject to the preliminaries, a series of competitive tests to weed out the less entertaining folk. It's going to be the auditions. Those that make it through get to participate against those that have participated in the past.
So that's really what we're looking for here is maximum entertainment. This isn't like fight to the death type of thing. It's you want the thumbs up, not the thumbs down.
All right, no death fights. People do die, but not often. That's usually the intent is to, give people a show. Not a lot of people are comfortable with just death. Doesn't really sit so well in the stomachs the most.
Sure, if you ain't seen a lot of it, I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have a team of, the 5 of us?
5.
Looking to sign up.
You'll be a little short-handed. Teams can go up to 7. But you look like you can handle yourselves.
We'll make it
Are
work.
you interested in death fights?
Can Spark join us?
Who's a Spark?
Oh, sorry. Evan, can Spark join us?
I do not know the rules.
Sir, Spark is a... What is Spark?
A robot.
Assistant?
He's a
If
robot
you're
dog.
under 8 members, there's not really any restrictions as to who's allowed to participate in the preliminaries. If he's
Okay.
not going to cut it out, he'll be weeded out in those.
All right, that's a yes.
Pretty
Then.
entertaining.
Okay. And you said this next tournament was a week from now. Is that right?
Preliminaries start in about a week. The actual tournament itself is 2.5, 3 weeks after from now. Usually a week and a half to weed everybody out. It's a series of tests, all televised, of course.
And how do we fight your champion?
Make it through the preliminaries, make it to the champions. So you might fight them in the bracket. Let's say most of the tournament is a series of challenges. Teams compete for points and are awarded between matches based on their performance, really to help encourage them to get better for the next one. And then once we make it to the final, for the individual matches, it's the final 10 contestants then engage in a more immediate competitive tournament in the final day. But with these team matches, it take too long. We usually do the top 3. They will, combat with each other for the chance to take on the last year's champions.
So we're not always going fisticuffs with a couple other manky chancers. We'll have trials and stuff like that. That's what I'm
Right,
understanding.
that's right. Have none of you seen the annual tournament? It's a series of challenges. Usually, each team competing to put on really the best show, score the most points, or complete it in the quickest amount of time. After which the judges decide which teams are moving on, and awards are given per match that can be redeemed at the Coliseum store for items, goods, powerful artifacts, the usual kind of television rewards.
Right.
Last year, some old chap, he took it was a hand and an eye that were in a jar. Yes, he walked out with that. Those have been sitting around in the shop for a while.
Seems
Take it
odd.
didn't work out for him.
Seems very odd.
Yeah, don't really know. Never heard from him again. He dipped out about halfway through the matches.
Crazy.
There's a lot of weird old world shit that we just keep in a storeroom. If you score number 1, first place in any of the given matches or given rounds, gets access to. You get 1 minute in the vault, and you get to run out with one thing.
I can't wait to poke around there.
Well,
you really are sure yourself. Make it through the preliminaries first.
Oh, we'd be fine.
I'm sure you will. Right. If you each could sign one of these, and he pushes forward 5 waivers. Spark, you see sentient?
No.
No, he won't have to sign one. Each of you, are you sentient? Looking at Averin.
No.
Do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
You just thought.
Therefore, you are. And he slides you a piece of paper.
I pull out
Each
a
of you have to sign one of these.
featherweight quill, and I sign while looking him straight in the eye, like,
That's very impressive. That's usually people try to read it before they sign it, but all right, he pulls it back from you.
what does it say?
You didn't read it.
Well, okay.
You just signed it while making really intense eye contact. It is a general boilerplate waiver of liability. Your common death, dismemberment, any wounds that are directly inflicted as a result of the tournament cannot be brought forth for legal repercussions or recompense from the tournament organizers or the Coliseum or the city of Avarice itself.
Or their participants.
Yeah, or the participants.
Doman also signs it without reading.
So
While Sai's reading it, he's just gonna ask, "Do you have a list of the rules?"
this right here, and he pulls out a little scroll. Yeah, scrolls really last age, but people seem to like them. Yeah. Hands it over to you.
I'll sign the
Uh,
waiver,
Joe.
and then I just want to read the rules and see if there's any mention of magic or anything like that.
It seems to be pretty no holds barred. That's a lot of the rules stipulate,
Can't hold the bard.
yeah. Trying to get out of the arena during a match, or getting out of an arena via means of teleportation or directly damaging the barrier in a deliberate attempt to get out and circumvent certain challenges. It seems to be what most of the rules are about. Fucking fly. There is no deliberate death. Most matches, each person will receive a sigil that will detect when its wearer enters a life-threatening state, which will teleport them out of the arena for immediate medical attention. At which point their team can continue on, but that person, that individual, does sacrifice or forego their right to continue participating in the match.
Oh,
Gotcha. Well, I signed my waiver.
Yeah, which for technical terms means if you fail your second death saving throw, you are teleported out and the party continues without you.
for the rest of the bracket or for the rest of the match?
For the rest of the match. That's
Okay.
your team continuing on. The only reason one individual gets kicked out is for cheating.
DQs.
Which is further clarified as direct sabotage of other teams outside of the arena itself is frowned upon.
Internal sabotage, okay.
Yeah. You can fuck with the other team if there's a point where you can interact with another team, you are able to engage them however you'd like. But you can't stab them while they're sleeping, kind of thing.
Okay.
And you can bring whatever tools, devices you want.
No restriction, no hold barred.
Abby?
Avron's going to read over everything very quickly, and then out from his hand will be a stamp, and he'll stamp on the line.
Perfect. Is everybody signed?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Does get talked to, and he goes, right, and then finally, and he puts out a crystalline tablet with a space that's there, and goes, "What team name are you registering under?"
Cock.
Can't even get
You
it
have
out
to
anymore.
write it. You don't have to tell me. You just have to write it down.
They just like saying it, and I write out company of convenience.
That makes a lot more sense. I was a little confused.
I wasn't thinking, and it just came out, and you know how it goes.
That's
prelim-
usually how it goes.
Preliminaries start in, like I said, about a week. Come here exactly a week from today. Matter of fact, how convenient is that? The name really is living up.
All right.
If you do not have lodgings within reasonable time, you can stay in the bunkhouse next door. We do provide lodging for everybody participating, as long as there's room. It is first come, first served. Last year, I think we had 200 participants entered for the preliminaries. Yeah, it's a very popular event. There's a lot of people. Not everyone's cut out for it. Only 50 deaths.
Only.
Right. So, and I just completely try to imitate his voice, and I lean on the counter. I'm like, "What's your name?"
Garth.
Garth.
Right. What are you doing right
Alright.
now?
I don't know. I just feel like we need an exit, and I'm providing it.
There's just a door behind you.
Oh, all right.
You've been welcome to walk out of it at any point. That's...
And I walk out like I've been riding a horse.
Don't have to. This
long.
is public area. You've done nothing to warrant being kicked out or banned from the premises.
No.
Please just ban her. Just kick her out.
I'm not allowed to kick her out unless she's done something.
I play bagpipes outside.
Is she gonna really keep doing that? That's...
Yep.
I actually just read something about bagpipes being played heralding in a large explosion just in the core district earlier today.
Well, that news is they're real Johnny on the spot with that stuff, aren't they?
Oh yeah, it's modern technology with just things being able to be, transmitted across town. That's
Right.
kind of looks over again. I did ask earlier. He leans in towards Delman. Are you interested in death fights?
I look back at Ëoster. Maybe. Maybe.
Hit me up on the side. Here you are. Here's my crystal number. Slides you a
Slide
piece of
that
paper.
back and slide it
Sounds
up
like
under a
drug
bracer.
deal.
Yeah.
Garth is hitting on Doman.
Yeah, that's what's happening. And I feel, excuse me, I have a noise complaint to take care of. And I will walk outside and just like unscrew the recorder from the bagpipes while all the air rushes out of it. Yep, all right. And I flip the recorder and I put it in my pocket and I walk back to the sand skimmer.
I pull out my little hand flute.
Over my shoulder. Music to my ears.
Oh man.
I miss
Y'all,
Lady Featherweight.
anyone else doing anything before
Nope.
getting back to the sand skimmer? No? All right. Get back. How fast? Doman, you're driving?
Yep, that's still
Okay. Okay. I'm just going to assume you're going within reasonable notation, unless you otherwise state. Another little while that if it takes 6 hours to get from where you were in the core district to back to Sparrows, that probably took you about 3.5. So another 2.5, 3 hours to make it all the way back to Sparrows. As you pull up, we have been playing for about 2 hours, which is our usual go-to. It's kind of a good stopping point. Do people want to keep going? What's our stance?
Good with whatever.
I got a
Sort
work
of.
call at 7:30.
There you
Well,
go.
in that case, let's call it there. The party is stable, nobody currently turning into a zombie, which is nice.
not
Assuming you
dead.
don't walk into an
Not in a
amniotic
noticeable
field
rate.
or get knocked out. We'll figure this all out next week on Easy Dispel. Thank you, everybody. Follow if you haven't. You'll be able to subscribe soon. We're finally affiliate, getting that set up. Watch all of our socials for fun stuff
Right.
from Lucy or just announcements of things we're doing. Painting videos from Will. PvP from me on Rep RPG, which is a weird series of rhymes. That's going to be on Friday.
We're also
that
starting
out.
Andrew's poetry series soon.
Yeah,
That's right.
which
Jokes.
is going to be
jokes.
really exciting. Glad to be back. We'll see you all next week on Easy Dispel.